Hello everyone, my name is Gus.
Hi, I'm Woody.
And the hats are back because we're going to be talking about a video about sharks. I haven't seen this one, I just know it has sharks in the title, so I figured it would be a cool reaction.
Ooh, the dorsal fin wasn't up. Now it is.
Okay, make sure you're subscribed, by the way. We keep getting, people that are like, hey, I was subscribed, but now I'm not. What's going on? So anyway,
Definitely.
Check out your subscription status. Here we go.
My name is Mark Payne, and I'm on Wurundjeri country. I've worked here as a second-generation abalone diver for over 30 years.
Okay, let's see.
This part of the coast is probably one of the most scenic parts of the coast anywhere on the planet.
Looks awesome.
But it's cold, and it's extremely rugged. And I think that ruggedness just engraves something into you to really respect and appreciate that environment. Abalone diving isn't for anyone.
Whoa, that's a lot of weight.
You've got to love nature, and you've got to like being alone. We work alone underwater all day long. It's quite a scary environment for some people. We're working in the pathways of white sharks, and we just got to use the best tool available. And I think you'll find most divers will say our cage is our safest option.
No, but that's because his surface supply looks like.
Look at the weight on this guy.
Yeah. I guess he's gonna go straight to the bottom, huh?
But what I really would want to know, can you pause for 1 second?
Sure.
And I'm gonna put it out there as a question. There are great white sharks off the coast of Florida. People are seeing them. There's more migrating, and I haven't heard of one person where they're underwater scuba diving and the great white shark turns and attacks them and eats them and then goes on his way.
Wow.
So do you need to be in a cage with this stuff?
People, don't be careful.
I'm asking a question.
Because people will say that you haven't heard that because they don't survive. There's no survivors. There's nobody to talk about.
Well,
because,
it's like, okay, well,
sharks are killing machines.
John Doe went diving today.
Yeah.
And he's not there. I don't even hear that very often.
According to the shark geniuses of YouTube, sharks are killing machines to kill everything in sight.
I just haven't really heard. I mean,
it's weird.
Okay, just a question. Because I would love to do it. I mean, I keep seeing that amazing freediver lady who's like free diving with the Godzilla of all sharks, right? I forget what that guy's called. He's like a gazillion pounds. And she's just right next to him. That thing could just turn around and eat her in a minute, like a gnat. And there's no issue.
Stuck in their tooth.
Whoa,
yeah.
I'm tired of the gnat. No issue. She's never had a problem. Okay. That was a question.
It's probably Photoshop. That's what people will say.
No, it's not.
All right.
Yeah, our cages, they get around the bottom pretty good. And we get around at about
this guy has a DPV
knots.
cage.
This
is some Mike Young invention thing.
So you've got oil lines
Look at this.
and they drive the propulsion system. Then you've got air inside of them, and you've got backup air, so scooter cylinders. And then you've got hoses that do signals, whistles back to the surface. So there's a whole combination of hoses within that umbilical cord. It's quite safe, and it's a great little haven and a good little spot to be in. You know,
now,
when
if the
you're
shark
diving,
bites that hose,
what
at that point happens? I'm wondering.
Is
there a special? Funny. Oh, it's the spare air. So he bails out and then he gets eaten?
No. What I was saying is if a really big shark comes in and demolishes this shamble, this looks like shambles, okay, underwater. This is just aluminum pipes.
Which we want to use.
They would crumble.
You want to use it.
Okay, that doesn't defeat the The point is, if this guy has to bail out of the shamble with a spare air of a shark they just broke this in half, do you think that spare air is going to help you? What is this? It's gonna be broken in half.
You're in that environment.
Okay, so what's he doing here? Look at the spare air. Huh?
Basically, abalone is a mollusk, and it sits on the seafloor, and it feeds on seaweed like algae. So quite often we'll just park our cage alongside an abalone patch, and then we'll just hop out and move around that cage, collect the abalone, and then bring them back. I personally work right next to my cage because of my experiences, and I tend to look a lot as well.
Okay.
I would love to do this so much.
I think experiences with white sharks, they can vary a lot. They're always different. You can get that really nice experience where you just see the white shark out in the distance, You see it like using the structure and the environment, changing its angles and swimming along the seagrass edges, and you can just see how the camouflage works and just how they use their stealth so well. Such an amazing experience just seeing how they operate. Something that you just do not see unless you're an abalone diver.
Perfect.
And then the other experience is where they get quite motivated and they can be quite aggressive and you find yourself hiding. They're coming straight at you and you're trying to fend them off. Sometimes if a shark comes in, you have to confront it.
How?
My first experience was that traumatic.
How do you
I spent
confront
the
it?
next 12
Like-
months diving, looking.
What do you do? You just have to confront it. It's a great white shark, and he's coming straight at me. Some people say like you poke it in the nose or something. Is that what they mean by confront it?
Yeah, I saw a guy without arms that tried that once.
Poke, and
Yeah.
when you pull your arm back,
Here you go. It's like this.
well, I'm bleeding, but I want to finish the dive. Oh,
over
that's
the
so
shoulder,
wrong.
terrified. In that situation, that shark was about a 3.5 metre female.
Look at, he's just swimming along with you. Dude.
No, he may be interested at eating him.
Drove head on at that shark probably
I
10,
don't know.
15 times.
Guy's
He's
saying,
following him.
The guy's saying
And it
that.
would just turn and go away and then turn around, come at another angle and just
Now
keep
you're
coming
chasing
at me
him.
and coming at me.
But now you're chasing him. Come on. Dude. What? Is this
I
how
just
you?
kept doing that for 20 minutes.
Is this how you fight him? Like you're just following him now at this point.
But he's got the
You're
Mike Young
wondering,
cage. He's
you
fine.
know, when's it going to hit me? When's it going to bite me?
Made in 45 minutes out of parts, laying
I
around.
would not like to have been down there without a cage. I think I might have been in a bit of trouble. You're
He's just
basically in
chasing.
control of the shark when you're in that situation. So, you know, you've got to like slow your heart rate down and try and do whatever you can to try and convince that shark not to eat you. And then you've got to be lucky as well.
Wow, that's
This isn't
awesome.
a skill.
How
Quite
close.
often it's just luck.
This is
Over time,
awesome.
I just learnt to just try and move that shark on and get back on with the job.
Now the question is, who's the camera?
I was just going to ask that.
Who's filming?
No, he's
this?
got to be in one of these contraptions as well. I guess.
No.
You think he's just swimming along?
Yeah, I think he's just swimming because sharks are not gonna attack divers. They just don't do it.
I was
All right.
literally thinking the same thing. Like, who's
And I
filming
know.
this?
Listen, I know there are videos out there, terrible videos of sharks attacking swimmers. There's even videos of sharks biting divers. I've seen them. You don't have to comment below. Oh, explain this. All right, just because you see one person getting attacked by a shark doesn't mean sharks are killing machines actively hunting humans. Like bears, for example, like polar bears hunt humans.
And let me ask you a question. After
Yeah.
saying all of that and seeing all of this, just without a doubt, without hesitation, if you were offered to do this, yes
I'll
or
be
no?
in. Absolutely. 100% in.
Can we actually?
100%. Like, I remember when we went mech tooth hunting the first time, they were like, hey, by the way, when you're on deco, keep your eyes open because somebody has reported a giant great white swimming around here. And, man, I was like, where is it? I would love to see a great white shark.
So
I would
amazing.
love to see it. And we were in deco for like 30 minutes. I don't know how long we were in deco for, but I never saw anything.
Never.
I wasn't afraid. I wasn't like, oh, my God, I'm going to get killed today. No, it was just like, I want
I
to
saw
see.
somebody
Please swim
turn,
to me.
I saw somebody turn into a shark-like creature.
Yeah.
Mike Young. I never saw anything like it. On the way down, all of a sudden, I see him to
Amazing.
animal mode and finding 1 gazillion shark teeth a minute.
Yeah.
And I found a couple of bones and rocks in the same area. I'm
Exactly.
like, where? What?
That's right. Okay, here we go. Look at this guy on his Mike Young submersible here.
It's a great place down there. It's just one little problem we've got to deal with. It's about being able to work with sharks in that environment.
They're awesome.
Sometimes I get seen
that
as
thing.
not much of a conservationist, but I really am
Guy's big.
a big conservationist. I think a lot of fishermen are. I spent
That's
a lot
good.
of my time out
I
in the
think-
ocean collaborating with scientists.
I would think
looking
that
at
seals
seal
should be more
counts.
worried
That-
about the
And
that
sharks.
guy could get
sending
eaten.
information through, talking to turtle specialists,
Wow.
angling
No
specialists,
way.
you know, shark specialists, and communicating what I'm seeing out there on the ocean.
Dude.
The fishermen
would
are the
be
eyes
epic.
of the sea. You know, we're out there the whole time.
By the way,
This guy's cool.
dolphins are way more of a menace than sharks. Look it up. They're terrible.
Being underwater, working with all
Look,
these
look at
amazing
this guy.
animals all around you
Hump.
all day long, and and you're
Wrasse.
learning how to
It's a
deal and
wrasse.
manage that situation. It's actually a really exciting environment to be in.
Dude, I want to dive with sea lions.
Yeah, they're puppies. I have before. They come play. That they don't have a big attention span. They give you a few seconds. They're like, I'm done with you. I'm bored.
Cool video.
I mean, that was so cool. The guy is so cool too. He's really honest and he's chilled, and I love that he added. We really care about the environment. You know, he doesn't make these sharks out to be evil. I don't think he was doing that. I just like, look, I mean, they're great white sharks. We're being safe. We have this cage thing. I'm not saying they would automatically attack me, but I respect them. I thought that he kind of had a really cool demeanor about him.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know about the cage and how safe it is. To me, I think that wrasse, if it hit that thing, it would have fallen apart.
It's just that I want to play it with the cage because it's some cool device.
It has a little motor at the front. Like, come on, let's get
that-
after it.
I agree. That great white could, if he wanted to get in that cage,
Come on.
it's
You think you're
destroyed.
gonna stop it?
Yeah.
It's like a
That was
nicely
a-
wrapped human in there. It's like a tuna can, but for humans. Anyway, repeatedly, people leave comments when we talk about sharks like they think we're paid by the shark committee to do positive press for the sharks on purpose, but they just don't. We're not as divers, we're not afraid of sharks. And then people are like, well, that's a great white. Great whites are not that bad, but tiger sharks, oh bro, tiger sharks will get out of the water in the beach and chase you.
I've been with them. I've been with them in South Florida,
Give
the
me a
tiger
break.
sharks, and they usually are. They come around. They're kind of skittish, actually, but they come around. They look. They go the other way. I just have not had any aggressiveness as a diver from a shark. I have never.
But again, there are videos of people getting attacked
Okay.
by tiger sharks. We actually reacted to one of those and explained why the attack happened. I'm going to leave it right here. That doesn't mean the sharks single out divers and attack them.
Absolutely not. And for the nice gentleman who made this video, I want to drive that thing.